哦，各位好，我们今天要玩《新仙剑奇侠传》耶！ So tonight's broadcast will be a bit shorter than normal because we're actually going to. Oh, by we I mean I'm going to watch the World Cup game, which involves the U.S. and it's in the morning, so I want to be able to wake up and still have enough energy to watch the game. So tonight might be a little bit shorter than normal, but that's okay. All I wanted to do tonight was get through where we are in the game right now, which is in... Oh, and before I start, apparently last broadcast I kept calling the city Nanzhao, which is not correct. Actually, the name of the city is Nansha, and it's actually a fictional place. So it doesn't exist in... It is in Yunnan, in the games world, but there is no city by that name. So this is entirely a fictional place in Yunnan, which actually does exist. And so the city's name is Nansha and not Nanzhao. So that's the first thing I'm going to say. And anyway, so to summarize what happened last time, so we got the horn of the fire Qilin, and he told us that we would be needed in the temple of Nuwa in Dali. So I went to the temple, and Xiao Yao, as he went to the statue, he was sucked into the statue, and apparently, on the request of the sorceress queen, who is actually Linger's mother, apparently she's in the present time. She's most likely dead, or because she's summoning him from the afterlife, and sends him back into the past 10 years, and apparently he needs to do something here. And we went back in the past 10 years and ended up in the city called Nanshao. Nanshao is actually a city run by the city where the Black Miao clan lives. And it is there that apparently it's suffering from a huge flood, and the sorceress queen is being blamed for it because she has the ability to use rain magic. And so they're about to execute her. And actually they tried to kill Ling. I managed to save Linger and again over right as I arrived in Nanshao. But now the sorceress queen isn't happy that her daughter is in trouble, so now she's not so convinced that having been executed would do anything to help the situation. So now now that I've found her and talked to her, I have to help her get her staff back so we can get out of Nanshao. We're in the palace right now, and she's stuck in prison. And so I gotta get the staff from the underground palace, and that's where I am right now in the game. So I'm really curious to see what happens. I'm pretty sure that I have to succeed and save Linger's mom in the past 10 years. 10 years in the past, and so that she'll be alive in the present. But we'll see if that pans out the way I think it does. And incidentally, the one thing that's kind of odd is the fact that at this point in time, there are two Xiao Yaos in this time where I am right now. There's the 9-year-old one who is not here, and the 19-year-old one who happens to be us, the party. And so Xiao Yao is going it alone from here. And now he has to get the staff so we can get the sorceress queen out of here before it's too late. If bad things happen, oh man, it's gonna be rough. And actually, it has already been. I think Linger's mom died in the actual timeline. So let's see if we can save her in this timeline. Well, let's find out. I think now's a good time to start, and it'll be a lot of fun. No. Oh, excuse me. Apparently, yeah. There you go. And well, we will see how this goes. And I'm really interested to see how they're gonna do this, or what if Linger's mom comes back to life. What's she gonna do? Well, in any case, I think I've summarized right about enough. And yeah, let's get started. So where is it? Nanshao. We are in the bottom of let's see. Is it the one here? Gongdi Lao. Let me look for my save. I believe it's this one that's the latest, and it says it's the underground prison in the palace in the palace of Nansha. So let's start. So let's see. There doesn't seem to be any enemies in here. It is suspiciously too quiet. I don't know whether I will need to fight later, but for now I will just use this opportunity to get some of the chests. Well, I was here earlier. I went the long way around to get the chest. Anyway. Oh boy, there's a staff right there. Oh, and before I start... no, I don't want to save. Give me a second. I actually realized I didn't back up my save for this broadcast. This would be a good time to do so. Just in case, because I do not want a problem later. So I'm going to do that right now. Whoops. Yay, forgetfulness. Okay. Anyway, might have looked a little weird just now, but yeah, now I've backed up my save, so in case the broadcast gets deleted again, I will be able to start over from the previous save. But anyway, oh boy, I'm going to save right now, on top of the save, and let's see what happens when I try to reach that staff. I'm sure there's a trap here. I'm going to try to get this staff and give it to the Sorceress Queen. I have the staff now. The Heavenly Snake Staff is what it just said. Let's move. That was rather uneventful. Well, Shi Zhanglao's gone. He was the one who let me into the prison. I have a feeling I'm not going to get out of here very easily. There's something suspicious. Oh, I'm about to leave. Let's save here, just in case. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it off in about an hour or so. Okay, let's go to the prison now. Did they say anything different? Oh yeah, after a amount of time they'll shove them into the pit, and down the hatch they go. I actually managed to get that without having to do anything. Very suspicious. I don't know, I don't trust you, game. Let's try to go to the prison. Yeah, the protagonist is wearing these clothes, so... Oh, never mind. This is the same thing as last time, where he says, like... He's worried that they'll have to sentence her to death to calm the people. Basically... Yeah, Xiao Yao right now is dressed as a Black Miao clan soldier, so that people won't stop attacking him, because his normal clothes are worn by Han people, and unfortunately that stands out here in the city of Nansha, which is the capital city for the Black Miao clan. Right now, I'm actually trying to get the staff. I actually managed to get the staff of Linger's mom. I'm currently 10 years in the past. I'm currently 10 years in the past in Nansha, the capital city of the Black Miao people. And I'm going to try to help her escape. Because in our timeline, I do believe she was executed. But here, I managed to tell her that, well, your daughter's going to be in trouble even if you aren't executed. So they're trying to execute her because they're blaming her for flooding the city. The city is actually almost completely underwater, and they're blaming her and saying it was her fault. Though it does seem a little bit crazy that if you were the culprit, why would you stick around to... Oh, never mind. Well, people are not... Everyone's not rationally thinking at this point, and the priest and the lunar cult leader is basically trying to instigate a revolution to take over. Yeah, 10 years in the past from time travel. talked to Xiao Yao got pulled into a statue and he of Nuwa, and he was talking to Linger's mom in the afterlife, and she basically said that she needed to go back to the past in 10 years. So I'm assuming that he's here to save Linger's mom, who is right over here. And what else am I gonna say? Yeah, maybe we can alter. If we alter the past, Linger's mom will be alive in our present, hopefully, and maybe we can. Maybe that will help us out. But I don't know. I don't know. I was sent back by the power of Nuwa. This is my guess. I have no idea how I ended up back 10 years. I even met Anu's mom when she was a kid, when she was 10 years younger, and they looked really similar. And he mistook her for Anu, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not Anu. That's my 3-year-old daughter." I'm like, "Huh?" And it's funny because in this present time, there are two Xiao Yaos in present. This one and the 9-year-old one. So it's like, whoa, huh? Two versions of the same person in the same place. I'm surprised that hasn't caused time paradoxes. Fortunately, the 9-year-old you is far away from the 19-year-old you. So anyway, let me give her back the staff. Okay. Madam, I have the heavenly snake staff. So incidentally, her staff is Anu is the girl that summons bugs, ants and bees, and has single target magic like Naoto. And yeah, we lost her after we were sent back in time. Or like, she's still in the present and he was sent back in time. And here I am right now. I'm about to hopefully save Linger's mom in the past. So, yes, he gave her the heavenly snake staff, and what did he say? Oh, she's got it. Okay, he's out. Madam, I have something to ask you. I'm not sure if it would be appropriate. If you have any requests, please feel free to say it. Oh no, it's not that I want a reward. I just want to ask you. Do you still love the Sorcerer King? So, in the previous broadcast, I translated as the Dark King, but I realized that's not the most accurate. So, Linger's father I translated his title as the Dark King, which is probably not correct. After some digging around and translating, so he's more appropriately he's the Sorcerer King, because a sorcerer and a sorceress are not necessarily evil. So that's why I want to stop using Dark King as the connotation, because it has kind of a negative connotation when it's actually in the language here it's not necessarily implied that he's evil or anything like that. In fact, like the king in this timeline, at this time the king doesn't want to execute the queen at all, and of course not. It's his wife. And like, although she's in trouble, but of course he can't feel good about executing someone he loves, right? And so that's why we're in this situation right now, where she was just thrown in prison, but he didn't want to sentence her to death, despite popular opinion that she should be killed so that the floods will go away. Or at least that's what most people think, though I have a feeling it's not so simple. Anyway, he's asking her, do you still love the Sorcerer King? She has no response. If you don't feel comfortable answering, then that's okay. I still love him as I did back then. Regardless of what he did to me and my daughter today, he still gave me these 8 years of how do I say 幸福快乐 of these happy and it's the 幸福 how do I I'm trying to think of the English equivalent for 幸福. It's like, I guess Have you like there's some the closest equivalent I can think of is like there's actually